good way to go into the holidays. We had about as good a last 12, 13 minutes as we've had all season. We went from down two to, obviously to a big win. I just thought our energy was great, and then we were able to get out and transition, But yeah, proud of our guys to kind of finish up the non-conference the right way.
Very tough non-conference. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I hopefully, I know it's prepared us to what's ahead. I mean, it's a top 40 schedule in the country, and I'd like to be a couple games better. But if I took a lie detector test, I probably, I knew a couple of those were going to be tough. But some, I think we figured out some things about our team moving forward.
How big was it for Jack to have such a productive game?
Yeah, really good. I thought he's the last couple of weeks he's practiced really well. It didn't necessarily show in some performances, but he has practiced very well. And when he's active and kind of hitting singles and making simple plays, we've been trying to tell him that home run hitters don't try to hit home runs. They just try to make contact, and then good things will happen. But he does practice well, and he's a good teammate, so it's good to see him get rewarded for that today.
The big run that you guys had in the second half to take control of the game, what can your guys take from that, learn from that for conference?
Well, when we play with great pace and aggressiveness on the defensive end of the floor, it makes the game easier on offense. I thought we went with Tyler Coleman at the 5, who's done a really good job for us, and he was active. And then, Jack got his hands on the ball, and then the Defo and Womack gave us some juice, and then the ball started going in. I think the big shot that kind of really opened up was when Dylan made that 3 in transition.
I liked your timeout. They had fouled Jack and you were down to 4. Was that to remind them you can still put Cole on the stockings? Or?
Yeah, it was just something.
You got fouled.
Yeah,
you called timeout. Can you go over that?
Well, I think we were sloppy to start. I wasn't sure really what we were watching. Sometimes you want to remind them of those type of things, in whichever way you choose to do that. But they responded. These games, you're always nervous. These games before Christmas, you just don't know. They can score. They can really score. That's what I was proud of today. We did a good job defensively. I thought we settled at the end, the last 10 minutes of the first half. We settled for way too many jump shots, and that kind of played into their hands. And we just weren't playing fast enough on offense.
Along those lines, like you start off as well as you did, are you a little more surprised that you run into that?
I think it's like, I haven't done a good enough job with that with this group. It's like human nature when it's easy. We told them at halftime we had taken 38% of our shots from 0 to 5 feet, and we made 77% of those. 46% of our shots were threes, and we were shooting 20%. Like at that, I'm not a math major or anything like that, but like it's not hard to figure out. Like we were just settling for quick jump shots, and that just wasn't a good formula.
The work you guys do on Gittins, obviously.
Yeah, there are a lot of guys. We've got a lot of guys that are mobile defensively. If we can keep the game in the half court, I think we're a hard team to score against.
When Thomas Schmidt went down, he was okay, but are you a little concerned about that position right now with some injury?
Yeah, we got, Jaden Cole might have torn his knee. He got hurt in practice yesterday. He was making progress. Hopefully he didn't. We're expecting to have Conway back next week. Abdul Sam's got an Achilles thing. I don't know. We've talked to a couple of the freshmen that I'd like to redshirt, but I don't know if that's 100%. We'll have to figure that out over the next couple of days. Unfortunately, injuries can affect you, so it might force us to figure out some things we got to tweak in practice a little bit.
How do you feel like you guys have progressed over the course of non-conference play?
I'd like to be 11-2, 10-3, so we can figure out why we weren't. But I think we've been punched a lot, and I think that's going to help us in the league.
And what does it mean to you that Tyler reached 1,000 points? And not many good players stick around one place long enough to get to 1,000.
Well, we'd like to continue to buck that trend and keep good players here and let them get their 1,000 points. They'll never have to pay at Pasta Mista where he likes to go the rest of his life, Yeah, everybody have a good Christmas.
What's the key to that run in the second half?
Defense. We start off a little slow, but I feel like Coach talked to us in the huddle. Brought the group together, and then we just locked it in in the second half on the defensive end, and that's what sparked everything for us.
What kind of happened there after you get that big lead and you're afraid to run away a bit? Just what was different for you guys after this?
We we got a little comfortable in the first half, and we lost the lead. Then we had to, the coach called chip on our shoulder. So then once we locked in and tried to secure the lead, it was good.
How do you feel like you guys are at? Where do you feel like you guys are at 8-5 heading into conference play?
Non-conference didn't exactly go the way we wanted to, overall record-wise, but we feel like we're trending in the right direction. Making big steps every day, getting better every day. So we have a lot of confidence going into December 29th.
The big run you guys had to really put the game away. What can you take from that particular run as a teaching point, or something to learn from?
That once we all lock in, connect as a group on the defensive floor, then it can get scary, as you can see.
That brings us to the group thing. It seems, I know you've been helping Jack. Brother, you know how hard it is the first couple of months here.
Yeah.
You think you're shooting threes and you rebound and playing defense. Jack really, he gave you great energy today.
Definitely.
It's going to be really important. Can you talk about you've turned into the leader, mentoring a guy like Jack, and how important he is, because he can score the ball.
Yeah, definitely. I think for me, just being more comfortable, being a leader, talking, being more vocal, trying to connect the group, bring us together. And for Jack, he's one of the hardest workers I've ever been around. He's always working on his game, and he's definitely bringing us a lot of juice and a lot of confidence. So, we love to see him do his thing.
What does it mean to get to 1,000 points?
It means everything. I remember when I did it in high school. So being able to do it again in college is a testament to all the hard work I put in. And it was a really special moment, especially to do it here at home.